Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through AWS Security Agent, especially its on-demand context-aware penetration testing capability. AWS Security Agent is now generally available and the new customers get 2 months free trial. This presentation is designed for penetration testing team leaders who want to understand how the AI powers approach compared to traditional pen testing and how to get started. Let's dive in. Here's core problem. 60% of organizations are updating their web applications at least weekly, and with AI coding tools, this pace is only accelerating. But 75% only test their applications monthly or less. Manually penetration testing takes 3 to 6 weeks and costs between 5,000 to 50,000 per engagement. Most organizations can only afford to pen test a handful of their most critical apps. Maybe once a year. Everything else is untested. It's unqualified risk. And there's a kicker. 81% of organizations knowingly release code with known vulnerabilities just to meet business deadline. It's not negligence. It's resource constraint. AWS Security Agent transforms pen testing from a periodic, expensive event into continuous, on-demand capability. Let's look at the tools most teams use today and their blind spots. SAST analyzes source code but generates high false positive rates and cannot detect runtime and business logic vulnerabilities. DAST does runtime scanning but only finds issues after deployment and cannot pinpoint the exact code responsible. SCA detects CVEs in third-party dependencies but doesn't check your custom code and can find zero-day vulnerability. Manual pen testing is the most comprehensive. It can find chained exploits, but it's expensive, slow, inconsistent, and doesn't scale. AWS Security Agent combines all of this, SAST, DAST, and CA, and autonomous pen testing into a single context-aware agent. It validates exploitability, discovers chained vulnerabilities, and delivers results in hours instead of weeks. So what exactly AWS Security Agent is? It is a frontier AI agent that thinks like a real penetration tester. It understands your application's context, your design document, API specification, source code, infrastructure as code, threat models, and uses context to build customized attack plan. 4 key capabilities are listed here. First, the context awareness. It ingests your documentation and code to understand how your application is designed and built. Secondly, the chained vulnerability discovery. It doesn't just find individual issues, it chained multiple low and medium risk into high severity attack paths, including business logic flaws that other tools completely miss. Thirdly, validated exploitability. Every finding is verified through actual exploitation. You get reproducible attack steps, not theoretical alerts. This dramatically reduces false positives. And fourth, multi-environment support. It works across AWS, including private VPC endpoint, hybrid environment, multi-cloud like GCP and Azure, and any SaaS endpoint where you can verify domain ownership. And the benchmark results speak for themselves. 92% attack success rate on CVE Bench V2 compared to just 13% for the state-of-art RAM paper. There's a 6 times improvement. Under the hood, AWS Security Agent uses a multi-agent collaborative architecture. Each specialized agent handles a different stage of attack chain. Reconnaissance maps the attack surface and discover endpoints. Step 2. Attach plan. Use application context to build a customized multi-step attack plan. Exploitation. Craft a payload. Adapts dynamically based on application response and chain vulnerability together. Validation. Proves exploitability with concrete evidence. Remediation. Generate context-aware code fixes and can automatically open pull requests if you have configured GitHub. Guardrails, domestic SAST policies, and behavior monitoring ensures the agent stays within bounds. The agent comes equipped with Kali Linux tools and can dynamically write custom exploit tools in Python and JavaScript. All reasoning is fully transparent and recorded in CloudWatch logs. If you want to go deeper on the architecture, check out the technical blog post linked here. Yeah, you can see more details here. When you create a penetration test, here's the key configuration options. Target domain. That is required. There are the domains you want to test. You must verify the ownership first. And other options are optional. For example, exclude the risk types. You can exclude specific vulnerability categories like DDoS if you are testing in production. And if you need to add headers for the WAF whitelisting, you can configure through the custom HTTP headers and so on. Yeah, here's the demo. You can see from the page, this is AWS Security Agent console. You can see I create a space named Big Bob. Then I start the web portal here. Yeah, I've already do a pen test with my letter web portal. Here I will show you how to modify the pen testing configures. Firstly, you can configure your target URL and you can exclude the risk type here. And for the letter it needs to call API with the API key. So I will configure my API key here, so that Pentest can call the API with the key. And if you have the code that you don't want to release to the GitHub, you can also upload to your S3 and then point this Pentest project to it. You can see from this page that except the source code, you can also add the API documentation or the stream model, for example, the stride model doc here, so the agent can learn more about the context. Okay. Once you start a pen test, it goes through 4 phases: the pre-flight, static analyze, pen testing, and finalize. Findings are classified by severity: critical, high, medium, low, and informational. Each finding includes CVSS score, the agent's confidence level, detailed reproduction steps, and remediation guidance. If you enable it, the agent can even automatically open a GitHub pull request with a fix. Security and data control. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The question every pen test team asks: will this agent go rogue? Is my data safe? Data isolation. All data stays in your AWS account. It's never used for model training and never shared with third parties. Encryption. Data is encrypted at rest and is in transit. Use AWS KMS Manager Key or your own customer manager key. CDA policy guardrails. They are domestic policies, not AI suggestions. They block destructive operations. The agent is network isolated and can only access URLs you've explicitly configured and verified. Full audit trail. Every single action is logged in CloudWatch log and CloudTrail. You can stop a test at any time. Best practices is run in a staging or a blue-green environment. Use custom HTTP headers for WAF whitelisting and notify your SOC team in advance. Pricing is simple. 50 per task hours, pay as you go, metered per second, no upfront costs, no minimum fees. New customers get 2 months free trial with 400 task hours per month. That's enough for dozens of penetration tests. Here are some reference examples from AWS. A small API test might consume about 3.5 task hours, costing around 133. A medium e-commerce app about 600. A large application around 1,200, and a complex enterprise SaaS service roughly 1,563. Important note is task hours are cumulative time across concurrent agents. The actual wall clock time you observe will much shorter. To put this in perspective, with the same 150,000 annual budget, Traditional manual pen testing covers maybe 5 applications per year. With Security Agent, you can test over 100 applications per quarter. And great news, design review and code review features are completely free. You get 200 design reviews and 1,000 code reviews per account per month at no cost. Get started takes minutes, not days. Firstly, open the AWS console and navigate to the Security Agent. And step 2, create the agent space, configure your domain, VPC, and S3 bucket where you can store your code and the API documentation. Step 3, verify your domain via DNS test, HTTP route, and the private VPC verification. Steps 4, configure your pen testing, URL, authentication, exclusions. Step 5, run the test and get results in hours. That wraps our overview of AWS Security Agent pen testing capabilities. To summarize, it transforms pen testing from a periodic, expensive bottlenecks into a continuous context-aware capability that covers your entire application portfolio in hours, not weeks, at a fraction of the cost. Get started today at the Security Agent website with a 2-month free trial. Thank you for watching.